everyone, Italian Magic here, and today I'm going to be opening this Modern Masters 2015 edition pack. Hopefully there's a rare in it, as I did see a friend of mine open a pack from this set with no rare. There were some packaging issues when this was released. And after I open it and go through the cards, I'm going to lay out the cards so we can do a draft pack one, pick one analysis. Though I only drafted this set once, and I don't know if my opinion on this draft format is going to be super informed, as I haven't drafted it, as I said, more than once, and it was months ago, and also not too many people are drafting this anymore. But you know, some people still have boxes sealed away. People are going to potentially want to pull out a sealed box a year, 2 years from now, and do a throwback draft, as this did seem like, in my one experience with it, a very fun set to draft, and something that I wouldn't mind drafting again. So let's get to it. Let's rip open this tab here. Obviously there are a lot of really powerful high-end cards in this set, so opening one of these packs is exciting, and hopefully we get something really noteworthy. But the only way to find out is to go through the cards. So we have a Saproling token, followed by a Kozilek's Predator, Thief of Hope, Smoke Braider, Bone Splinters, which was just reprinted in Battle for Zendikar, Steady Progress, Court Homunculus, Soulbright Flamekin, a phone, which does happen. So you know, that's going on in the background, but that's part of having a phone in the house. Commune with Nature, Gut Shot, Frogmite. Our first uncommon is Stormblood Berserker, which is definitely a very strong card in the black-red or even red-green Bloodthirst deck that the draft that I played in, I wanted to go into the black-red Bloodthirst deck. Black was getting cut, but I had a lot of good red cards, so I went with a red splash green. It was really base red with a bit of green Bloodthirst deck that served me well, and I went 2-0-1 in that draft. Novagen Sages is next, followed by Oblivion Ring, which is a solid card that I'm happy to open one of here. Do we have a Mythic? Or do we have a rare? We have a Mythic! We do have a Mythic! Ooh, we have a Karn Liberated! Nice! Wow, well, I have been on a roll with opening these Modern Masters packs on camera. I will say I handpicked this pack out of a box that had many packs left, so I'm happy with my choice. Wow. So I mean, I think this makes the decision kind of easy. I don't see how you pass a first pick Karn Liberated in draft. I mean, I'll lay out the pack and take a look at it, but I think this is a pretty easy one, because I don't see many scenarios where it's correct to pass this card. That being said, Karn Liberated is sweet. He was the first colorless planeswalker. Now Ugin shares that spot of being a colorless planeswalker with me. He's a 7-mana planeswalker. Karn, 6 loyalty. You can +4. He can go to 10 immediately. Target player exiles a card from his or her hand. You can -3 exile target permanent. You can also do that immediately and still leave Karn at 3. Or you can, well, I say or, if you +4 him twice, get him up to 14, and he doesn't take a hit, you can -14, restart the game, leaving in exile all non-or permanent cards exiled with Karn Liberated, then put those cards onto the battlefield under your control. Very, very powerful. One of the key cards in Modern Tron. And, yeah, no complaints here. Karn Liberated, super sweet. And do we have some sort of sweet foil to follow up? We have a foil common. Okay. We have a foil Gust Skimmer. Well, the art looks very cool. The lightning bolt there looks awesome in foil. Not a super exciting foil, though certainly in the sort of blue-white artifact deck in Limited, this guy is a role player. But not a super sweet foil, but I can't really complain, as we opened a Mythic and a pretty sweet one in Karn Liberated. So let me lay this pack out here, and we'll just do a quick analysis, though. Like I said, I really don't see how you make an argument for not first picking Karn. It's a colorless card, which keeps you super open. It's expensive, sure, but it can go in all but the most aggressive of decks. I mean, it's hard to hit 7 mana in Limited. I mean, getting to tripod there. Getting to a 7 drop is difficult. Being able to ramp up to that with something like Kozilek's Predator is really nice. There are a lot of good, potentially first pickable cards in this pack, were Karn not here. So Kozilek's Predator is great. In the black-white Soul Shift Arcane deck, Thief of Hope is really good, but I don't think I'd first pick that here. I mean, similarly, in the blue-red Elemental deck, the Smoke Braider is really good, but again, I don't think I'd first pick that here. That said, I mean, this set is very synergy-driven, like Battle for Zendikar when it comes to limited, and it does want you to sort of pick a lane and stay in it. But these two cards lock you into certain archetypes, and I'm not sure you want to pick a common that locks you into one of those archetypes in a pack like this where your other options are so strong. Options like Kozilek's Predator, a 3/3 for 4 that gives you 2/01 Eldrazi spawn, so it can ramp you to from even the thing that's cool about that is if you play a 5th land on turn 5 and then sacrifice the 2 spawn, tap the 5 land, that's a turn 5 Karn, and it's a lot more likely that you're going to get one of these after your first pick than obviously than Karn. You know, these two cards work really well together, but you need to pick the Karn here if you want to go that route, because you're not going to get another shot most likely in this draft at a Karn unless you're going to open a second or third pack that ridiculously has another Karn. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really seeing anything else. Like, the Stormblood Berserker is a really good card in the black-red aggressive Bloodthirst deck, which I think is one of the better decks in the format. The Novagen Sages is one of the better cards in the blue-green Graph deck, which I think is okay, but not one of the best decks in the format. Oblivion Ring is just a super solid removal spell. It exiles a non-land permanent. It can be used to deal with Karn. It can be used to deal with a creature. It can be used to deal with an enchantment, whatever. So Oblivion Ring is definitely a very powerful removal spell. So yeah, I mean, this is, I guess what I would say is, even though I like these two cards and think they're very good in the archetypes that they go in, I don't think I'm compelled to take them over. Well, I mean, I guess Novagen Sages and Stormblood Berserker puts you. So here's the thing: these 4 cards put you in fairly specific archetypes, but they're all very good in their respective archetypes. If I had to pick one of those archetypes that I think I'd most like to be in, it's probably the Bloodthirst deck. So out of those 4, I would probably take the Stormblood Berserker, but I wouldn't take the Stormblood Berserker over Kozilek's Predator, Oblivion Ring, or Karn. So here's the thing. I think without Karn in this pack, I would take the Oblivion Ring. I like the Kozilek's Predator a lot, but Oblivion Ring is an uncommon, it's catch-all removal. I don't necessarily love... I don't know where you... I mean, the thing is, this does keep you kind of open, though some of the white-based archetypes in this format I'm not in love with. Though I do think the white-blue artifact deck is solid, and there are 2 cards for that deck. Actually, 3 cards, potentially. 4 actually, because of the Homunculus. Like, if you take the Oblivion Ring, it's likely that you're going to get 1 card out of Homunculus, Frogmite, Gust Skimmer, and Steady Progress back, which you'd be happy playing in, even if they're not exciting. That you would be unhappy with any of those cards in the white-blue artifact deck. But this is all conjecture, because I really don't see, both for value, if that matters to you in a draft in terms of the price of a card. Karn is by far the most valuable card in this pack. I'm not exactly sure where his Modern Masters 2015 printing currently stands, but I know it's over $10. I think it's in the 10 to 20 range. I don't know exactly. Like I said, before this reprint, he might still be up over 20. I mean, before the reprint, New Phyrexia Karn was in the 40 to 50 range, I think. Point being, this is a valuable card, but it's not just valuable from a financial perspective. If you can build... I mean, I'm trying to think of what archetype... There isn't any archetype in this format that wouldn't be like, yeah, sure, I'll put a card in my deck. You want to probably be a bit more defensive, and probably green-based. I think you could probably go with like a green-black, the green-black sort of sacrifice value deck, or the green-blue graph deck. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what archetype taking Karn puts you in, but I think the key. Wow, I just keep bumping this tripod. I'm being pretty klutzy today. Well, yeah, I think it's between Karn and Oblivion Ring, although the Predator is a tempting card in third, but I think bronze metal goes to the Predator. It's between these two, and Karn keeps me open. The raw power level is there. Sure, I do have to draft a sort of uber theory deck. If you've watched that episode of Limited Resources, you'll know what I'm talking about, to make this maximized, because it is a 7-drop and you need to be able to reach 7 mana. I'd love to actually have Kozilek's Predator and Oblivion Ring in the same deck as Karn. It's unlikely that either of these will come back from this pack. In fact, almost completely outside of the realm of possibility. I'd be shocked if either one comes back. But despite all of this theorizing that I'm doing, I'm taking the Karn. Karn Liberated is my pick, first pick out of this pack. So I was really looking forward to opening another Modern Masters 2015 pack on camera for you guys. It did not disappoint. If you go back and watch my Wacky Seal deck building video from a few months ago, I opened a Modern Masters 2015 pack in that video that had a pretty sweet mythic. I won't spoil it for those of you who haven't watched it. And now on camera for Modern Masters packs, I've opened back-to-back mythics, so maybe I should open another one in the near future. Do you guys agree? If so, let me know in the comments below. And I think that about wraps it up for this video. So until next time, this is Metallion Magic signing out.